Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Well, the Ukrainians are reporting a lot of victories here, a lot of, Russians being killed, a lot of weapons being destroyed, command posts. Wow, let's see what happens. Maybe they will liberate Crimea without Crimea wanting to be liberated, let's put it that way, in about, I don't know, 3 hours or so. So, Ukrainska Pravda reports on August 30th, 2022, Ukrainian armed forces kill 117 invaders and more than 30 units of Russian equipment. Operational Command South reports. The Ukrainian military has inflicted losses on the Russian forces on the southern borders, 117 invaders and more than 30 pieces of equipment. Details: during the past day of combat, Ukrainian missile and artillery units practiced strikes on 4 command points of Russian troops and 4 transport arteries: Kakhovka, Darivka, and 2 Antonivka bridges. Yes, the degree of damage has limited their use as far as possible. Wow. Ukrainian aircraft carried out 16 strikes on strong points, ammunition storage sites, and areas where the invaders' manpower, weapons, and equipment were concentrated. According to the confirmed results of the firing missions, 117 invaders, more than 30 pieces of equipment were factored out from the invaders' army, 9 T-72 tanks, 3 Grad multiple launch rocket systems, a Yatsin S self-propelled gun, a Emsta S self-propelled howitzer, 18 armored vehicles, and 4 ammunition storage sites in Bashtanka, Kerislav, Kakhovka, and Kherson district. My oh my, what's going on here? The Russian must be losing. Well, this is what they report. And they can say whatever. They can say they destroyed 50 launching sites and 35 airplanes, and I don't know, they wounded Putin in the process. But, that's confirmed. If it's true or not, I don't know. I just read what these guys are saying. And as I said many times before, I'm waiting for about 2 weeks, and after 2 weeks, we're going to find out what happened today, probably, if anything happened today. And I do not think that the Ukrainians have the manpower and ability to really push the Russians back. And if they do that, I think they will put it in little points or axes, and that would be it, and for a short period of time. I think this is the last, I would say, but don't take my word for it. I would say this could be one of the latest, dying person's jerks, spasms, let's put it this way. And maybe not, but I don't see what changed all of a sudden. Nothing for 6 months, and all of a sudden right now is going to be a big counteroffensive. Where did they get the manpower all of a sudden? Where did they get the armament, the munitions, the weapons, and so on all of a sudden? I mean, with 3 howitzers or 10 HIMARS, if we consider that 10 or 12 were already damaged by the Russians, which I think some of them were, then, I don't see the Ukrainians having the power, the strength, the army to push against these guys. But we're going to find out, right? They also, the UK intelligence report stated that they have evidence that the Ukrainians broke through the first line of defense of the Russian army in Kherson, I think it was. So the Russians are saying, no, that's not true. Well, as I said, we don't know what is true and what is not. It's a counter-information, or at least a propaganda war between all of them. The thing is, I do not have the Russian statements, but here and there. And why should I believe the Russians? Why should I believe the Ukrainians? It's like to fight, 2 people fighting, and they tell you what damages they caused to the other side. Do you think they will be honest? Why? And they have to keep it this way. And the mass media in the West will play the same role because they're for whatever this is happening over there. Though, I mean, they do not see anything less than Russia being kneeled and turned back to its behavior from 1991 to 1999, or let's say 2000, when it was Russia was everybody's whore, and whore without pay. So you got a service without paying, and you got a service whenever you want it and however you want it. So that was a good deal. And Russia was a beautiful, how should I put it, wealthy country with a lot of resources. So she was rich in shapes, if you know what I mean, and she had a lot of energy, army, military resources, manpower that you can put to work for nothing. And that's why I think everybody the handlers of this war from the other side, from the west side of the Dnieper River, are aiming at. And the other guys, I'm not saying, oh, why the Russians are the victims here. No, but you have part of each. You are a victim here, but you're a perpetrator here, and vice versa. It's just the volume, the quantity of victimhood versus the quantity of perpetrating whatever you are perpetrating. So if Ukrainians, that's my assessment, will have this counteroffensive, I don't think it's going to be long. I think it's going to be it's not going to last longer than 3 days. That's 3 days, 4 days, because I didn't hear anywhere anything about a big influx of fighters. What do you mean? And an offensive, you can just do it with the tanks that you have. And if you had those tanks, where were the tanks up till now? Hidden somewhere in the forests, or what? They were in the cities. Where were those tanks? Okay, where was the whole artillery until now? Only now they start, after the Russians are on top of them. You know what I mean? And then again, if all this aid, military aid that was trumpeted, pop, 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 actually trumpet like that, pop, 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 by the Western sponsors, it's not there yet. It's about 30 of this, 20 of this, 5 of this, maximum 50 of that. But the ones that they say that's gonna come by the end of the war. When the war is over, then they will show up. Like if you remember in Waterloo, when it was that fight where Napoleon lost, I think it was General Grouchy. And General Grouchy, I think he got lost in the woods somewhere with the Prussians or something, in a woods somewhere. And then Napoleon waited for that guy to come back. If that guy would have come back, would have kicked everybody's ass. They say Wellington, Duke Wellington. It was not Duke Wellington. There were like 3,000 armies over there. There was the coalition. Always he fought about against coalitions. So nevertheless, they got over there lost, and then the Prussians, I think, showed up in Waterloo, and Napoleon was, where's Grouchy? And Grouchy was in the woods. Oh, what tree is this? Yeah, très bien, beautiful, okay, that's how he was. And when Grouchy came, everything was over, and Napoleon was sitting on his chair like, thank you very much for showing up. Go home now. So I think that's going to be with aid that's going to be here in for Ukraine when everything will be over. They will that aid that is promised now or promised yesterday will come in 2 years or something. We'll see. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.